Is that some flavor in your ear? Do I got a brand new flavor in your ear? I don't know. Maybe I got a new Sunday night flavor in your ear. Oh, Manny. Thanks for joining us here tonight live, Manny. Trying something new. Something new. So, yeah, welcome to a Sunday night. It's 11:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know where you're watching from. It's late as fuck. Let's just be honest. But you guys are obviously tuning in to see what I'm up to, and this is what I'm up to. So, welcome to the first ever Late Night Last Call. Yo, what up, Universe X? Welcome to the show. Like I was just saying, for the three watchers live, yeah, let's talk about some things here, because I had Lucas of the Drunken Pool Box, of course, send me over an FOC list, and I just kind of want to go through them, and we're gonna share some pictures, so you guys know tomorrow when you call up your store for the FOC stuff you need to ask for. If you're not doing it through the Pool Box, if you're doing it through your local stores, you're gonna want to tell them to pull some books for you. Here I am preaching this stuff, and I'm the guy that goes into my store tomorrow and be like, "Yo, man, pull these books for me on Wednesday," and they're always like, "Oh yeah, man, cool." Unless somebody's down for it, and if somebody's down for it, it just wasn't meant to be. But hey, thanks for joining live for sure. Hey, what's up, Patrick? Thanks for joining us here, man. And welcome. Well, thanks for subscribing, man. I appreciate that. Welcome to a raw report. This is what I do. I do this off the cuff, so we'll see what's what tonight. So, all right. So let's get into this. So on my phone here, I got basically an FOC list. I'm just sorting through the list and kind of taking a look at some variant covers and things like that. Some things you guys might be needing to see. So I am going to do my best to try to share some of these with you. So work with me on trying to get the technical things here, because I got a way to show some things and some pictures and things like that. So I'll get into that. All right. Well, let's roll. Let's get to rolling. So on the diamond list for FOC, so right now there is a G.I. Joe number 10 variant, and we want to go over to the IDW variant list, and we're going to take a look at that real quick just to see what it looks like, because if you guys are collecting the incentives, then of course they have to have their 10 copies in by tomorrow in order to make sure you can get that 1 in 10 on their order. Otherwise, you aren't getting it. So, all right. So, G.I. Joe number 10 copy. And we do have cover art. And let me see if I can get to sharing this with you guys so we can see what's up here. All right, stop screen, and then we're going to do this. We're going to share Chrome tab. There we go. Let's see what you guys see. All right, so yeah, you guys can see that right there. So that's this one right here. So that's this G.I. Joe. This is your 1 in 10 incentive for FOC coming up. And then, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So, Cool. All right. I'm trying to figure this out as I go, like I said. So, all right. So next up on the list, for you bronies out there, you got your little My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and let's see if we can get back to that one real quick. Let's see where that one's at. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic 91, 10 copy incentive. So here you go. All right. So let me go full screen for you guys just for a second. Doom, what's going on, man? I'm just kicking it through the FOC list, man. Thanks for joining me over here. You guys had a good show over there tonight too. So this right here is the 1 in 10, man. For the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic number 91. And okay, so that's that one on FOC, and then the next up we got is Black Widow number 3. So we're gonna go all the way over down to the Marvel stuff. Check out that stuff. So Black Widow number 3. So we got the Bartel MCU variant, which honestly, on these dudes East and West, man, I just saw them talking about this earlier. Jenny Bartel variant. You know, I'm with it, and I think that's a good pick. So that's definitely something you're gonna want to talk to your local stores about. You know, either pulling for you. I don't know if it's an open order or not, or if it's a incentive. I'm not actually in the Diamond system, but the other one is the it's the Woo variant, Annie Woo. Actually, her family's like local, man. They used to come into the local comic shop where I was working at. But this, if this variant right here said anything, it says spoiler, because this is some wild shit. If you're not reading this Black Widow, man, I don't know. So what's going on here? So chilling, trying to find the Justice League 31 full Jessica Cruz's Green Lantern. I know I have it somewhere. Yo, man, I hope you do find it. And didn't you say you found a combo pack? Lucky dog. I have not found one of those, like, ever. And I've looked. I've looked for a long time, man. I've never found one in the wild. All right, so, yeah, so that's the Black Widow number 3. So Black Widow number 2 just hit shelves. And I can give you guys this little tip right here. The new Black Widow, who's replacing her, is on the variant cover by Campbell for issue number 2. And I don't think that's a coincidence either. So y'all might want to check into that. All right, and then next up on the Marvel FOC is going to be Deadpool number 8. So let's get down there. Oh, and look, do you guys see what I see? Big old blank spot. That means there is no variant cover for that one. So if you guys are noticing what I'm sharing with you here, basically I'm just looking at the variants. So what we're doing is everybody's like, oh yeah, you know, this book's good, and you got guys out there who are like love Boom books themselves. They read a ton of them, but man, they just don't sell. I mean, they don't sell by me as much as people don't want to hear that. Look, I'm stuck with a lot of the Boom spec that I thought was popping for other people. That other people were selling Boom books for big money, and that stuff's in my dead spec box. Okay, so you know, it is what it is. But the whole later printings, you know, more rare, that's real big in the Boom collectors right now, because wasn't Futures on like a 9th print? Like what? Okay, there's no independent title out there that needs to go 9th print unless they're selling to speculators hardcore, and everybody's just buying up every printing. So if you guys, as long as you guys keep buying the print, you keep buying the print. You know, but let's keep going through. So okay, let's just see if there's anything else. So Conan the Barbarian original graphic novel, nothing really crazy there. White Widow 24-month wall calendar. That's kind of wild. And then for you guys who are into the indie titles, White Widow has actually got a issue that is exclusive to the local comic shop I used to work at. So I wonder, is the White Widow on this list in one of the indie titles? Because that would be hilarious to see. So there's not really much on FOC, but there is a couple other books I want to point out, because this is the second print list, right? So this is the one where if your stores order some of these second prints, you're going to be lucky, and this is what I'm talking about. Once in Future number 8. Here you go. Once in Future number 8's got its second print. So if you're reading that, you're gonna want to pick that one up. Let's get back to full screen for you guys. There you go. So Once in Future, boom number 8, second printing. That one is supposed to be in stores this week. So you're gonna be calling your shops. You know, this is long past final order cutoff for sure. But these are things that you're gonna want to be calling your shops for. And saying, hey, if you're getting the order in this week, I was wondering if you ordered this, if you're really after it. Let's see what else. So for this week, and let's just, you know what, let's run through the variants for this week, since my FOC list that I got has only got a couple other things on here, and it's got like not really a whole lot of big things in my opinion. But 7 Secrets, I know there's some of you guys that are reading that. I forgot I'm doing it under this one. So 7 Secrets got another later printing, and this is for issue number 2. And that black cover is going to be tough 9.8 if it has any kind of shipping damages, of course. So it's going to leave a lot of them on the shelf probably, if there is any extras on the shelf. But that's for this week. And then Once in Future number 9 already has a second printing, and that is for October 28th. So you might want to talk to your LCS about getting that one too if you're into the Once in Future. Let's see here. We only find them when they're dead. Number 1. 4th printing already. And that is going to be in shops on October 21st. And this is what it looks like. So if you're floating your boat on that one, then that's definitely something you want to pick up. Talk to shops about that one. Then they also have a number 2 is already on a second printing, and that was the title picture for the variant list on the previews website. But yeah, this right here is the second print. So for you guys who are into We Only Find Them When They're Dead, you're probably going to be collecting all the later prints like all the crazy boomers. Boomers, that's funny. I don't know if anybody else caught that one. Let me check out what's going on in the chat. What's going on, chat? Azores, how you doing, man? Universe X, thanks again for joining. Dune, what's going on? Good, man. Wookie Warrior, 23XL, Patrick. Yo, everybody, man. I appreciate the love. You guys showing up live. Nothing like it, for real, man. Nothing like it at all. And I'm glad that some of you guys know each other too. So let's get into some of these too. So, Crow Leaf, you know. Peach Momoko covers, again, they're selling, so you guys keep buying, and if you keep buying her artwork, this is probably going to be one you're going to want to get, because it's going to be a later printing, 3rd printing Peach Momoko cover of Crow Leaf number 1. And then she's got second printing for issue number 2. All right. Then number 3, which I don't even know if number 3 is actually out yet, but it's already gone second printing because people are probably ordering it like crazy. So is this going to be one of those situations where the first print, rare and desirable because it's the original print, will still stand triumphant against all these additional later printings? Or is everybody going to go gaga over the later printings like people have been doing lately, man? It's crazy, right? I mean, I know I'm not the only one seeing this stuff, right? So, all right, let's get back to it. So, now G.I. Joe getting a second print. And this is something you guys got to understand. G.I. Joe getting a second print and it being General Hawk on the cover, and it's an action figure variant, yeah. That's going to be one G.I. Joe collectors are going to be after, and that's going to be in shops 10/21, so it's probably long past FOC. So claim your copies, all right? Now, this one I think was just introduced, so if you are into the Goosebumps, This one right here, you probably have a lot of time before final order cutoff. You got yourself on board for this later printing. And this is Goosebumps Secrets of the Swamp #1, second printing. Looks like a 5-issue miniseries. And then the last one up from IDW is this Voyage to the Stars #1. Now, haven't read it myself. Second printing, the hit sci-fi comedy podcast. Okay, so you had me a podcast, and I think that's good to go. And then look at this. Look at these people. Claim. Okay, put your claim on that, man. The Momoka Gomez. Yo, man. Hey, man, we're gonna get to some of that Marvel stuff, man. We haven't even touched on all that, so you're gonna be liking it, and man, I'm glad you're enjoying Once and Future, and I hope story wise it carries it, because I got some first prints, and I think with there being like 9 prints, hopefully it gets the bone effect, and everybody's like, oh, the later prints are okay, but man, that first print with that red logo, bro, you know, because think of the crazy times we live in right now with all the later prints being the one everybody's like going crazy for. But you know. But again, shout out to everybody that's showing up in the chat. Gomez Comic Collector, thanks for joining us. And let's get back into the catalog here. All right. So still on the second print list, and this is for Image Comics. And of course, it was Department of Truth. It was just announced. So this is going to be probably on FOC tomorrow. Imagine that they will probably salt the load with a secret variant the same way they did for the first print. And if there's a secret variant second print Lee Harvey Oswald variant of this book, it's probably going to be the one. But you didn't hear Maximus say that, because I don't be saying things, right? And that's pretty cool, man. You found a Once and Future Thank You variant cover. That's awesome. You know, and there's some second prints out there that I absolutely love, and I think they're going to crush first prints. But then there's also the fact that there's some second prints that I think don't get the love they deserve, and in some cases, second print, third print, fourth print, fifth print sometimes need to be up there with the incentive variants of the first print, especially in cases when there's like a first appearance in there. But sometimes there isn't. You know, sometimes there's multiple appearances of a character that happened way before that printing ever hit the shelf, making that print devalued, or the artwork is just reused and it was recolored like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times. You know, so hey Wookie, I was telling people to pick that up. You know, when I did the Spec Matrix, I was telling people to put their orders in. And I dropped some knowledge, I think, on Drunken Chat about that one. But I'll get that. I'll answer some more of these questions after I get through a little bit more of the previews list here. So let's get back at it, guys. Department of Truth. Of course, I think I opened it up in a new window, so you guys didn't even see it. So let's open it up in the right window so you can take a look at what I'm looking at. There we go. Because that's what you want to see. You want to see the good. So Department of Truth. You want to be hitting up your LCS ASAP tomorrow. Definitely be doing that. So this way you can make sure, just in case there is, they might have what we call the secret variant, which is what we're calling this one, the Late Night Raw secret variant. So right now, if you guys could just make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you can. And right now we're live, so share it. See if anybody else wants to get up in this, and we'll make sure that we get them the info they need to be armed and dangerous tomorrow, hitting that LCS. All right, so let's get back at this list. Firepower. So #1 is going second printing, and #3 is going second printing on this list, which sounds to me like #2 was ordered correctly, but you guys remember. It's a Robert Kirkman book, man. I mean, why aren't stores ordering this? Why is this thing going multiple printings? Why, what's going on here right now? It's things like this. Far Sector #1 second print. You know what? There are 3 variant covers for the first print. What's the first print doing? Is first print doing anything? If not, why are you buying the second? Because if the first print's not doing anything, what's the spec on the second? It's rarity? Is that it? I mean, come on, man. You know me. It's got to be more than that. I need a full course meal of speculation when we're talking about a book. It's got to have meat, potatoes, and vegetables. Okay? All right. So let's get back at this list. Thank you again for joining. I really do appreciate you guys checking me out live because it means the world to me, man. And of course, you guys better be checking out Drunken Chat this Friday because we're gonna try to bring it good. I don't know who Mel's gonna have guest hosting, but he's got spots. So if you're trying to get on Drunken Chat, go hit up Mel. He's the doorman. He's the gatekeeper. You know what I mean? So all right. So firepower. The cool thing that I did here is those firepower 1 per stores. Actually, majority of them had a tear on the back cover. So if the beat doesn't build on this book, which I think it is building just because it's a Robert Kirkman book, or that people are just speculating on second prints so hard that they're triggering. There's enough stores out there tripping second prints to warrant, like the 2,000, 3,000 printings of new books. So I don't know. It might be a good play, especially if you're reading the book and you like it, because it seems like this dude's got pyrokinesis powers. Pretty cool. Like pyro, and of course lamplighter for all my boys watching The Boys. All right, so yeah, I mean, it looks like an interesting book, and shout out to Robert Kirkman. I'm happy that he's doing another book now. This one here is the Charlie Brown variant, and I think FOC has already passed on this one because it looks like it's doing shops here still in October. So check to see if they ordered it, and this may be one that has legs down the road. And yeah, it says final orders due October 12th. So woo, look at that, look at that. I love it when it gives us a clue, right? So get that one in there. So yeah, let's put that one back up again, since that one's got some little things to go about. I'll check the chat right here. So what y'all think about this one in the chat? Anybody watching live, is this one looking like one they're going to probably pick up? Because if it is, probably going to want to look for that first print too, because it has Malcolm Dragon making a presidential endorsement. But otherwise, I think it's kind of cool. Peanuts around Halloween having a variant cover of Charlie Brown. Mel said to pass, so you're buying, is that right? Well, I mean, when that kind of stuff happens, it's kind of crazy. People are talking about it, but I think who's talking about it though? Just like Peanuts fans? Because I know Peanuts books be selling for big money, man. Like some of these Golden Age Peanuts books, killing it right now. But who's talking about it? The people who ordered it, the people who knew about it. So just be careful. Who what you're buying it for. Definitely a cover price. Don't try to spec too hard on it. I wouldn't say, but I mean, you guys know the philosophy of net zero, taught by the master Nico. And then I guess repreached by me too, because and Gary Nusser and all the other guys who are like, yeah, I like not having to spend a whole lot of money, but I like spending the same money over and over again and buying more books with the same money. So shout out to my eBay page. Y'all hit me up if you see anything on there you want through the IG. Yeah, man. All right, let's get back to some late night raw. Late night raw. All right, so that was the Savage Dragon one. Then we got this no artwork shown for Stillwater by Zdarsky and Perez, #1 second printing. This one's going to be in shops on the 14th. So this one's in shops this Wednesday. And I don't know if anybody's seen the art. If you have seen the art, or if you find the art online, if it looks good, you never know. That may be the one. Zdarsky's fire too, man. I'm definitely a fan. So, all right. Moving on to the Marvel second print list. Now, all my drunken sharks out there, I need some help. Because, as you guys know, I'm a cable collector, right? I collect cable books. And this one right here, as you know, this one right here is a second print. And it's nothing really even crazy going on inside the book. And I'm looking for a first print. But you know the reason why this one went a second print? Because there was a horrible amount of printer defects on these books that ran through. So you guys see where the bottom is, where the bottom box is, and the barcode. There's a nasty line that runs through it, like a la X-Force #1 back in the day in the bag. So any of my drunken sharks who are watching this video, if y'all got one without the line through it, I'm looking for a 9/8 candidate of the first print. You know, I'll take a second print, but I can get that at my local store, no problem. But I'm looking for that first print. So that's a little spec matrix for you guys out there too. If you're a cable collector, cable #4 had printer defects, effective, you know, horrible amounts of the print run. But I've seen clean copies, and clean copies sell, and they sell quick. So I've just been missing them. But nonetheless, definitely something you guys, you know, pass along a little bit of that knowledge. You know, why are they doing this? And of course, it's an X of Swords preview book, and X of Swords is fire right now. And if you're not reading it, you don't know what you're missing. This right here, I picked up the first print, and I'm probably going to pick up the second print because of who she is. And you guys, if you don't know about Saturine, man, wow. She's wicked. She's, you know, she's not the White Queen. She dresses way more conservative than the White Queen, but she's vindictive and evil and like part of the multiverse and everything about Outworld and the Tower and her control of that area. That's why she's a long-time Captain Britain villain. So if you guys didn't also see on the Modern Playbook, I got a really sick delivery last night. You know what? Let's right now take a pause for a minute. Let me show you guys what I mean by that. So I got a sick delivery from the UK. Oh, actually, no, it was from Italy. That's right. I had to go to Italy to find these books because they were no place else. And if you guys know what these are, you have to be basically Captain Britain or an Excalibur fan to really appreciate these books. So this is X-Men Archives. This is the Captain Britain X-Men Archives from like 1995. And what's sick about this is first appearance of this Captain Britain and the whole story. Shout out to Brian McClay. It is done by his favorite writer and artist combo, Alan Moore and Alan Davis, teamed up together to do X-Men Archives or this Captain Britain stuff. Marvel Superheroes UK magazine size, which is this size, and this is check out my first you know, Origin of Unicron first cover, right, from the UK Transformers series. So those were that, and I don't think you guys know that these things are like National Enquirer thin. I mean, these are nuts, right? And Universe X, man, if you scored one of these, if you scored issues 1 and 2, issue #1 is super hard to find. Orders were, I think, right around 20,000 for a 1990s book. And if you want to talk, American Captain Britain collectors had there wasn't eBay back in 95 yet. I mean, we were probably like a year or two away from like some kind of like, you know, trading going on, but it was super hard to, you know, be able to get any of the UK books. This was the only way you can get the first appearance of Saturine in the United States. So none of these books were ever reprinted in trade paperback either. So all you had was these 7 books, this whole X-Men Archives series, and sick. So Megan, who's of course Captain Britain's wife, her first appearance is reprinted in this. But there's also some Marvel historical stuff going on in there, and this is the reason why I'm giddy that I found this set, because it was tough. It was tough to find a #1. And that's why I had to go to Italy to get it. So 616, everybody knows Marvel 616, right? Well, the first time it's ever mentioned is in one of those books. The first time Marvel Man is called Miracle Man, and his death happens in one of those books. Saturine, who's right now in X of Swords, controller of the tower, the one who's kind of manipulating everybody and putting the chess pieces in places and getting the game. She was also the one who read the tarot cards, did the reading, and kept getting the Ten of Swords. So her first appearance is in there, and she's, again, that's the only way you got that stuff here in America. So, shout out to anybody else in the chat, and I've seen all you guys finding them. That's cool stuff, man. That's cool comic book stuff, and I'm glad you guys are getting with it. But this Excalibur stuff, let's get back to this right here and why I think this stuff's probably going to have some longer legs. It is going to be, it's just going to be one of those things. How they treat her character going forward, is she going to be a major villain, foe of Excalibur? If she is, hell yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with her. And then, all these X of Swords reprints, I don't know, do we have another situation on our hands? And this right here, oh man, this is going to make so many people mad because this is reusing artwork from Galactus, The Hunger, Neil Adams 1 in 50 variant. So, it is what it is, but hopefully some of my Drunken Sharks and Raw Report followers and all the other guys are good with this one, because you should be, because Antithesis issue 2, supposedly this Antithesis guy is like really, really big, and then supposedly the spec is that Reed Richards combines with Galactus into a new version of him. So cool, if we see that could be some future storyline potential for anything. But these Antithesis, man, sometimes they do rewrite origins and retcon some stuff in order to make some things happen. And then, all right, so we got another Immortal Hulk third printing now of issue number 35, and that just means Immortal Hulk's still selling well. And if this one is got anything on the cover, I can't really see anything on the cover that would make it really worthwhile, but who knows? Immortal Hulk completionists, they're after this one, and you guys got to be on the lookout for this one, because this one's going to be in shops on October 21st. And next one up, this is my pick of second prints, and let me just confirm here real quick, because I think, yeah, final orders due tomorrow. So for you guys watching this underground show right now, you guys watching East Meets West, in a couple other spots, people talking about this one. So you guys heard D-Cell is her name. So D-Cell first appears in Juggernaut number 1. She says, I am not a mutant, but she's apparently a mutant. And I want to give a shout out to Lucas Fashina, Drunken Chat, talking about this character when he read it. But I want to also point out to you guys, there is a 1 in 200 incentive variant that may start to pick up. It's an all orange cover. Kind of cheesy. It's kind of weak, because it's kind of like that 1/200 Guardians of the Galaxy that I really, really, really badly want a 9.8 in my collection of. But yeah, a lot of these plays, honestly, second prints and 1 in 100s and 1 in 200s, like big incentives, 1 in 50s, are good plays, especially with new characters. But this is an opportunity for you guys to get in and order copies from your shop before they tell you I can't get it. So you want to do that. Now, this one right here is probably going to do pretty well. Kitty Pryde fans like this character a lot. And this one, this Marauders issue, she comes back, and of course the Killshaw, kind of a priceless cover. Yeah, man, and here it is. This is what FOC, final order cutoff, is what that means. It's to tell your local comic shop to order it tomorrow before they cannot order it anymore, and then you will be left at the victimhood of eBay and post FOC sales. And you know what happens post FOC? If the hype builds on a book post FOC, and some smart guy decides to get out there and load up and put them on eBay, and even though he doesn't have them in hand yet, he's got it up on eBay and he puts a ridiculous price on it, and then somebody pays that price. All of a sudden, the market has been set. So welcome to the stock game of 2020, where we're paper trading in variant covers and foil variants and slabs. All right. And this is the reason why integrity really needs to be practiced in this community, and that's why you got to be on the lookout for fake sales. And it sucks, but I'm here to just have fun, and I hope you guys are here too. And let's just get back to this list. Let's see some more of this. So again, Marauders number 12, second printing, and let's see here. All right, so Marauders number 13, second printing variant, X of Swords. I don't know what's going on here because they duped me. And let me put me back on screen for a minute here so I can explain myself. The X Factor number 4 X of Swords variant supposedly was going back to get a second print. And you know why I said that? Because originally when I read the second print list, it was on there and it read Silva variant. But guess what? They changed it. They changed the second print of X Factor number 4 to just being a recolor of the first print. So anybody who's hoping to get any really cool variants for X of Swords, nope, not going to happen. They're all open order, and the only one that people seem to be having a problem with right now is X-Force number 13. Just because of the sheer under-ordering of it, and Marvel pretty much duping everybody and telling everybody to order Wolverine number 6. Hey, Wolverine number 6 is going to be your first appearance, but we're going to Dark Knight's Metal to that ass and put X-Force number 13 on the shelf to Teen Titans 12 against you. And, of course, Marvel had to do it on issue 13 just to one them up by one number. So the hilarity that ensues, and you know what? Let me just go back and highlight this comment here because where was it? He was asking about it. Guys talking about this is funny when I'm putting up books and I got guys going claim. All right, so right here. All right, Wookiee Warrior 23XL. So what's your opinion on the Wolverine 6 and X-Force 13 from last week with Solemn? Well, you just heard a little bit about it, so let me break it down for you about how this works. Marvel pushed Wolverine number 6. Wolverine number 6 is going to have a little thing on the slab that says first appearance in continuity or in story. Now, first cover, of course, is going to go to X-Force 13 first print, regular cover A. First cover variant, X-Force 13 variant, X of Swords. But the problem is nobody is going to fuck with the Timeless variant or the Fortnite variant for X-Force for Solemn. Period. Hands down. However, every single one of those Alex Ross variants for Wolverine number 6 is going to sell. And it's going to sell well. You know why in the future? Because it will eventually have a little certification on the slab that says first in story. Because it's the only way that can all go down. Especially after Marvel got stores to bump orders, pumped them all full of juice, gassed them all up, and said, hey, your first appearance is going to be in Wolverine number 6. You guys should probably order a few more of those. And what do stores do? They order a shit ton more of Wolverine number 6. But you know what they didn't order? You know what they didn't order? Let me find it. They did not order a shit ton of these. So all my drunken sharks out there, I want you guys to realize that the actual X of Swords variant, even though it doesn't have him on it, that's the one that I'm picking. Because look, everybody loves Alex Ross. And I really think there's going to be a ton of people who are able to order and supply Alex Ross. Alex Ross is probably going to have more of them in his store. And this is the reason why Champions number 1 to 50 Alex Ross was not a good spec play that I made. And yeah, don't do that, especially when you can purchase, and here's a piece of advice too. Piece of advice. If there's incentive variants related to a book that has a store variant, you need to remember the mathematics. 4,500 copies are what they got to order. So if they're ordering 4,500 copies because they got 3,000 and a 1,500, whatever, that's 90 copies of a 1 in 50. Okay, it's a lot. It's a lot of copies. 40. That would be 45 copies of a 1 in 100. I mean, come on, guys. This is the reason why you heard me bash. All right, go ahead. I'll say it. I bashed Thor 700 Adam Hughes variant 1 in 100 because of how many store variants there were. All right. I'm sorry. I'm a realist, and it's not about bashing books. It really is just about doing the numbers. Safe investment into some of these books is going to require you to be very, perceptive as far as like, holy shit, this Punchline variant, which by the way, all the store variants for Punchline probably murdered any spec that there was on that 1 in 25 for her number 1 origin story. So, I live in Florida. I got bugs flying around and make it inside my house because my house is probably a little bit warmer than the rest of the area right now. And oh my God, we've been live for 41 minutes going through this, but we're gonna continue on. We're gonna power through this shit. All right. But yeah, like I was saying, Punchline. Man, there's so many store variants for Punchline, and every time somebody orders one of those Punchlines, to do a store variant through DC, they're getting the incentives. So don't kid yourself. All right. Spec right, spec light, spec hard when it's right. All right. All right, get back into this one. So let's go full screen. Back at it. All right, so we're gonna keep trenching through this second print list. So that was Marauders. We're not getting a second print there. You guys saw this one. I think it's just the same as the cover A, but if not, if you didn't see this one, oh, I know why. Because this was once at the top of the list. This is the one where it was constantly at the top of the list where I kept on seeing it. I don't know, guys. Like Clone Saga going on again in Miles Morales' world. Same thing that happened in Peter's world, but somebody said that they really hope they do the Clone Saga right this time. Will they? We'll see. But Miles Morales 18 second print. You should be on the lookout for that one. But the variant for that one, as well as the party variant, I haven't checked to see how they're doing still, but I believe that the party variant was just the flavor of the week. And then this one's another final order cutoff for this late night Raw FOC experience. Ultraman, not to be confused with Ultra Maximus. All right, my first appearance is inside of a Transformers comic, where the writer, who I twittered at, I think, kind of caught wind of the name and put me in there. That's at least that's what we're going to say. So I'll be happy to CGC Signature Series verify any of those. And I'll get the issue number for you guys before the end of the show. And I'm glad you're getting that. Are you getting the one for me to sign, or are you talking about getting the Ultraman Universe X? Because I'll be happy to sign my first in-print appearance mention without face. Kind of like, my appearance is stronger than Jessica Cruz's, okay? Let's just put it that way. Moving on. All right. So, Ultraman number 1, second print, McGinnis variant was the one I just showed you. So let's get, okay. All right, so let's talk about this for a minute here. So how many guys are speculating on Sister Hammer? How many of you guys picked up the 1 in 50 of Shang-Chi number 1? How many of you guys picked up that white variant that I bought 2 copies of that I talked about on the Spec Matrix, and that has a first appearance of all 5 of the characters? Yo, welcome to this live experiment, I guess you can say. Raider Bear, thanks for joining, man. Thanks for everybody being cool in the chat. But let's talk about this for a second here. So this right here Shang-Chi's sister. Just the white 3 variant copies. You said Universe X. So and Universe X, besides the 1 in 50, I think that's the proper spec play. And here's the reason why. We got a movie coming out. Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. You guys know about that, right? So the whole what's going to be happening with Shang-Chi post the first movie is probably going to be up in the air. And they're probably going to be looking for source material. But either way, this right here is the second print design variant 1 in 25 for Shang-Chi #1, which went back for second print. So it's kind of like, I don't know. Does Sister Hammer here have enough heat behind her to get you guys to want to chase after this 1 in 25? FOC is tomorrow. So we're Did you guys lose me? You guys still there? I don't know what the hell happened there. I hit the wrong button. Um, so, yeah. All right. Can I get somebody to reply in the chat and make sure I didn't lose anybody? Am I here? That was just some wild shit, man. No, I'm here. All right, cool. So we're back at it again. Let me fix up my screen here. Sister Hammer on screen. There we go. No, that was me. That was me hitting the wrong button, man. I hit the wrong shit, man. Hit the wrong shit again. All right, let's find this thing. There we go. All right, we back in it. Okay, so Sister Hammer. Fourth print? You think the fourth print? I don't think it's gonna make it to 4 prints. Let's just be honest about it. All right, I think Shang-Chi probably is a little bit of beat building because of new characters, but I think it's also because there's Marvel's push on this one. So what is Marvel's push on this one? Are they doing a push on this one with story to make it match the movie verse? We'll see. We can only tell because we know it's going to be against Mandarin, but what else Mandarin does in there is going to be in question. So, all right, let's move on to that. But here is the second print, which is just, I think, the cover. Oh, is this new art? I think it might be new art. It may very well be new art. So, I don't know. Between these two, I think the 1 in 25 and 10 is probably going to be a better one. I mean, this art's not bad, but yeah, might be a good book to get. What you got here? Out of the 4 shops I went to on Wednesday, only one had X-Force 13 cover A, Ross cover and Fortnite, yes, not a single cover C. They didn't know there was a cover C till I asked about it. Well, hey, man, look, y'all know about Lucas. Lucas talked about this one on Drunken Previews, and Lucas got the pull box. So if your story ain't delivering, there's other people out there that can do it for you. I'm sorry to hear that, man. But I'm glad you think this one's dope because I think the second print's probably going to do well. Because I think there's a lot of people who did not order Shang-Chi thinking there was going to be people who wanted to read it. But with a movie coming, man, that really might change things. And you know how people are with MCU specs. So we'll see what's up with this one. But FOC is tomorrow. So final orders, get them in. All right, so Star Wars Bounty Hunters #5 second printing variant, FOC also tomorrow, but we don't have any footage right now to share. Now, Strange Academy #4 will be in shops this Wednesday, or #2 fourth printing, fourth print. And you know what? I picked up a third print, but I also picked up a first print because someone put the first print back on the shelf in front of me, and you never do that on like Strange Academy. Because I will definitely buy that. You know, I'm hoping Strange Academy is really well received because I know, you know, Disney be planning. What the heck? Oh, because I don't pay for YouTube Premium, I get commercials. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, and also because I ran through that entire episode. But we're gonna start another one. And shout out to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio for the background tunes, copyright free, so YouTube won't delete my shit. All right, let's get back in. So we got more Thor printings. So you guys know that there's a Thor #1 fourth print now. And this is what it looks like. And fuck, I'm probably going to have to get it because it has Cosmic Ghost Rider on it. And I think that might be a reason why they did this one, is to try to help sales. But Donny Cates Thor is still selling well. And I think this one right here, I think this one might have gotten us, man. Because I skipped over a bunch of the other ones. But, all right. There we go. Let's get in, show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here. So, all right. And then looks like on the final order cutoff is the Thor #2, which shout out to East West guys who were showing this one earlier tonight too. The thing about this is this one still has the Strange Academy preview inside of it. So, like another book I did a spec matrix on, and if you didn't check my my spec matrix from Friday, if you did, you would know what book I'm talking about. And if you don't, well, you should probably go check out that video after I get done here tonight, because I dropped some hammers, I think. But this one right here is your 6th printing of Thor #2. And final orders are due tomorrow, so hit up your shop for that one if it is something that you want. Now this, whose purple blood did he hit? You know, but anyway, that one's a 5th print. That one's going to be in stores a lot sooner because you will see that one on shelves Wednesday, and most stores are ordering a lot of these things. Now, the only one on Wednesday I'm getting, all these later prints, the only one I want is this one right here. That's it. All right, and why? Because Loki's cool. I dig Loki. All right, and then wait, who's that on the far side? So I don't know, man. I think that's one of the Balder the Brave or one of the other Asgardians. But that's an actual scene from inside of Thor #1, so you can actually check out that issue online, and you can probably find out who that is online through the wikis too. But anyway, let's go back. Now there is a Thor #7 Klein. Everybody knows about this one because of first print of Yield. This guy, who's got some Asgardian, tribal tattoos on him. And you know what? There was a design variant that showed up that showed all. It was actually in the back of the issue that showed what all the tattoos meant, and some of them were pretty cool. And I got to give a shout out to Donny Cates. He's killing it on that one. So this is one that a lot of people are like, oh man, F this book. I know a lot of people hate this panel. A lot of people hate Dinosaur Venom. But I will say this: the dragon Venom that he turns into in Savage Avengers, on point for sure. You got to give me more than Loki is cool. Like, look, man, if you don't like the character Loki or know. All right, so the god of mischief in ancient Sumerian, not Cimmerian like Conan, like Cimm, Sumerian, is Enki, Enki, and he's the god of mischief, but he's also the god of genetics, and according to certain texts, he's the geneticist that gave mankind our DNA. So think about that one for a minute there, and how it changes perspective on things, and how Thor and his relationship to Loki is actually based more on Enki and Enlil. And if you know ancient Sumerian culture, it's really funny to see how they're portrayed in these comic books, because they're nothing like how they are in other places. And I'm a mythology buff, man, so that's why it's one of those things. Uh, he's the god of mischief. He has some pretty, weird powers. He's done some pretty messed up things, but at the end of the day, he's been reborn a bunch of times, and when he gets reborn, he does better. And I think that's kind of a trait of humanity, man. It's one of those things. So yeah. No, I'm talking too much. I'm babbling, right? Just go ahead, say Maximus, shut the hell up. All right. So moving down the list here, down the list. So we've got Venom 26 now. Now that Gorgon is virus, or not really virus, he's back to being Scorpion. Is he Scorpovirus? What's going to happen there? So we got 26, fourth print. I can't believe that thing's fourth print right now. And then number 28, and this one right here. All right, so look, you guys know, I don't have to say anything, really. Like, if you're looking at this book, like tomorrow, I'm calling my shop and I'm telling them to order me 10. Call me whatever, but Symbiote Gorgon, but it's his own symbiote. It's a new symbiote. It's something completely different. I'm trying to get 9.8 to this one because I think Mac Gorgon with the symbiote is definitely something that's probably going to be around just a little while longer. Maybe a bad spec play by me, but I'm out $40 before discount, right? You know what I mean? Like $40 before discount, and if they're not 9.8s, he's gonna let me be like, okay, I'm only gonna take like 6 of these. I'll press up the good ones. It is a dope cover, man. Look, and I'm gonna full screen this shit again because you guys need to see this. This is a dope cover, but this may be a future position that Mac Gorgon holds. You're going to want to probably get on board on this one. All right? So hit up Lucas on the Drunken Pull Box. Hit up your LCS. Do whatever you need to do. Secure your copies. I'm telling you, this is a spec play. This is probably something you're going to want to get in. I'm telling you before FOC. And let me tell you something. I'm not nice about that. Mel knows. Mel tells me I'm a dick. And I definitely do directly inform and convey kindness. So, I'm a dick. Yeah, FOC tomorrow. This is probably the big one you're going to want. So, let's get back to do some more. So, all right. Now, Wolverine, as you know, people are like, oh, Wolverine's not doing good, is it? No, it is. Wolverine, dude, Wolverine's got multiple printings on shelves in my LCS. I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing multiple prints because Wolverine is fighting vampires. And, of course, Wolverine and vampires, pretty good mix because his healing factor doesn't let him stay a vampire very long. And that's why, Dracula don't stand a chance against him, man. And with Blade coming into the MCU, if there was ever a way that they can say, we've heard of a guy with a mutant power who's immune, and Blade goes and finds him, if they go to Canada and they show up on Logan's door and it's Logan with Blade going up against Dracula, giving us Marvel Knights, giving us some bloody, gory stuff, and Deadpool's like, hey, man, I remember you from Weapon X. You heard it here first. Maximus spec, okay? If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I could have been right. So I'm still right. Isn't that how that works? All right. So that was Wolverine number 5. Now, Wolverine number 6, as you guys see, we do have an X of Swords second print variant, but it's going to be the regular cover A. So look forward to that one. And then, all right, so because of the controversy, is Marvel going to smarten up? Like with X-Men number 2 and X-Men number 12. X-Men number 12, they had an opportunity to give Genesis her first cover. You know that? Could have been Genesis' first full appearance because she appeared in the tarot card in Free Comic Book Day. So that was a cameo. But then she was in more panels in X-Men 12 as they're elaborating on her backstory, right? So This is where Marvel, if you are listening right now to art direction, you need to nix all that recoloring stuff and get on pulling interior appearances back for some of these X of Swords characters, because it's about to be lit in this story. Hickman is definitely not disappointing. So we got a second print for Solom's first appearance, which in story, and then as you guys saw, and you heard me talking about this one. Oh, look. X Factor number 4, X of Swords, second printing, and it actually does have new artwork, but it's still just a recolor of number 1. So, yeah, you know, that one was underordered. And here's your X Force number 13, second printing. So, Marvel has 2 opportunities to milk y'all for more Solemn money if it happens. Yeah, you know, I don't know what to tell you there. So let's wait to see what the artwork is. But here it is. Here is your first appearance of Genesis, second print. I'm picking up a couple of these. Tough black cover. The first appearance of him in X-Men number 2. I did get a couple of the second prints, so I got a couple of first prints, a couple of second prints, and 1 in 25. So X of Swords is obviously by my pickups. So can you guys tell I'm specking on it a little bit hard by my pickups? But a lot of these are like PC books for me, man. Like I spec and personal collect at the same time, and it's bad blood. Believe me, it's really hard for me to let go of books sometimes. But I guess that's why my collection's the way it is. But all right. And again, shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you guys, you know, following along, and Art Chemist, and what's up, man? What's up? Read Avengers number 50, cool, man. And yeah, just hanging out. Glad you guys are hanging with me. Hour into this, and we got more. So all right, so in these comics and graphic novels and everything else that I'm looking at here, this is, you know, just later printings. We got later printings from Scout. So let's take a look at some of these real quick. So Atlantis Wasn't Built for Tourists, number 1, second printing from Scout Comics. A lot of these books do get options. So if you are following this is probably a second print you're going to want. Pick that one up on Wednesday. You can probably order it from Scout's website as well. Grit number 1, second printing. This one's going to be in shops October 28th. And I am not reading any of these. I'm just sharing the covers with you guys. So let's see here. Oh, and I'm not even full screen. So let's take that off. Let's get back full screen so I can show you guys what's up here. So here it is again. Atlantis Wasn't Built for Tourists, number 1. And it's a decent cover, right? I guess. If you're reading the story, you probably know what's going on a little bit more than I do. Grit number 1, second print. This one again in shops 10/28. And shout out to Hake from Scout Comics, man. If you ever watch this video, just remember I met you when you were doing a signing for what was it? Solar Flare, Acme Superstore, man. When I was working there. So yeah, man. Glad to see that you know your business has been a great success, and obviously you're doing big things. You published Enzo's book too, which is really cool. So shout out to Enzo Garza, writer and artist of Gut Ghost, and shout out to Banff Comics and Community and Coffee over there in Maitland, Florida. Man, if you were a little bit closer, I'd see you guys a whole lot more. But you know, not as close as you once were to me, man. All right, so it eats what it feeds, you know, and this one has a third printing and a second printing. So the second printing has a different cover. And this is issue number 2, second print, which is going to be in shops October 21st. And then this is issue number 1, third printing, which will be in shops on November 4th. So I believe FOC is probably going to be tomorrow. If it hasn't already passed, definitely hit up your Scout people for that one. And then there's your Vault Comics. Okay. So, everybody getting into these things right now, and you guys are seeing this right here is a King in Black variant. So we're going to get into some of these variants from the Premier publishers. All right, so this is where it's going to get nuts. Comic Jump, thanks for jumping in here. Thanks, Eric, man. What's up, man? And everybody got to know that my logos and stuff like that, except for the crazy looking Autobot Decepticon combo, that's like an OG gamer logo from my gamer crew. But everything else done by my man here, Eric Hurd. What's up, Eric? Hopefully get you some business, man, because you deserve it, man. Your skills are on point. Does some of the sickest, illest stuff. Maybe I should hit you up for some shirts. So we'll see about the future. But yeah, I agree. You know, any number 1 second print right now, especially if it's got any kind of speculation value for being picked up, definitely going to be something you're going to want to pick up. But let's take a look at some of these other ones. So Angel and Spike, it's a 20 copy incentive, 15 copy incentive. I'm not really reading Angel and Spike. But, all right. So I'm going to see where some artwork's showing. None of it's showing. Berserker number 2 is going to be Keanu Reeves' other startup he's doing through Kickstarter. So you're going to want to get on board with that. So, all right. So you Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans, here I got something for you. Peach Momoko. I don't know what everybody's saying. More Momoko, man. Oh, dude, you are so welcome, man. I appreciate what you did for me on the hookup, man. That's ridiculously nice of you to do. And Mel appreciates you too, man, because you do big things for us, man. And so, like, here it is. Peach Momoko fans, check it out. You got an incentive variant coming for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It is issue number 19, 25 copy incentive, and that is through your LCS or your pull box or whoever, and that's going to be through Boom Studios. So you're going to want to get in and get that thing ordered. And then there's just a ton of Buffy Vampire Slayer variants, but the 25 is the Momoko variant. You've got this Swallowage variant right here. This is the cover B variant. So it's probably going to be a lot of these cover Bs and stuff I'm going to ignore when we go through the list unless it's really fire. Because you guys need to know about what the incentive is, because the incentive is the one that you need to know about if you're going to need to order, you know, a bunch of copies through somewhere. So here we go. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, G. Willow, is it, who's doing the cover? It's a Willow cover. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's the Bartel. It's late. I need some sleep. I've been up 3 days straight, almost doing these YouTube videos late night with a bunch of good people. Shout out to the CBSI Modern Playbook peoples from last night. So yeah, you got a Jenny Bartel variant. It's a 1 in 10, and I think the 1 in 25 is somebody else. Yep, it is. So, and if this is for fans of Willow, you're probably gonna want to pick this one up. The Indolfo incentive variant. All right. So then there's a 10 copy. Yeah, so all these don't have any art showing. So, all right. So, Dune. Wow. 100 copy incentive cover for Dune. Yeah, that's nuts right there. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Once her contracts are up for other publishers, Art FOMO will set in for her fans. No, man, I don't think fear of missing out is going to be something that's going to happen for a lot of Momoko books. I think there's already a lot of saturation on her. And it's just, she's new. And it's how everybody does. Everybody gravitates towards the new hot artist for a while and buy up all their stuff. But you never know. True fans will stick with them. Plus, how many indie books she has left? I don't know, man. That's a lot. And Comics Jump is saying that there may be like 6 months out worth on her art. But back to the matter at hand, which is Dune. So we have here an independent book that is done by an upcoming movie of a cult classic for Dune. And this is the, you know, right here is the title. 100 copy incentive. So I don't know how many stores are going that hard on Dune where they're going to want. But the 25 copy incentive looks like pretty good art too. That's pretty cool. And that's Jay Lee. Jay Lee art on the 125 incentive up in the house. Awesome. All right, so what's on the 50 copy Mora? Dan Mora doing that cover art. So this is the re-image Dune, everybody, and you know the movie got delayed. So I don't know if it's going to delay the comic book to whereas the comic book is definitely going to out. See, this is what's kind of cool, and I just want to drop this little tidbit of some info. If a lot of these movies that have adaptations via comic book that were originally slated to come out during this COVID time, if they all get pushed back like a year and the comic books come out, man, does that do something for the comic book? Because it's going to have people who are probably like, I'm not waiting for the movie. Let me know the story. They're going to come out, and they're going to probably come out in droves for some of these books. So this may be a huge hit. So we already see the solicits for next month, but I'm not seeing any artwork there. So Faithless 2 is going to be in stores on 10/21. This is a Paul Pope variant. You're going to probably want this one if you're into the Faithless stuff. And I think it's cool artwork right there. And it said if you're going through hell, keep going. So Faithless 2, number 5, that is your 15 copy incentive. You got a 5 copy erotica variant done by Jenny Frisian. Or is it? No. Tula Lote. So, yeah, you never know. That's probably some good stuff there. So then we got a Jock incentive 15 copy and variant for issue number 6, and then we got the erotica connecting variant for number 6 as well. It doesn't have any art. Firefly number 21 10 copy. We got the Harvey incentive. So here is your incentive variant for Firefly number 21 in shops on 10/21. And then we got 25 copy incentive variant in shops that same day 10/21. And obviously, Firefly must be doing really good if they got issue number 21 of their series, and they're soliciting 25 copy incentives. So shout out to Firefly for doing that, because I know that is another one of those cult classic, just insane following TV shows. So we got Jim Henson and Dark Crystal, which I think they got canceled on Netflix. So we got some incentive variants. Some of these out the gate were doing insane prices. So if you're collecting those, you're still on it. You got a 25 copy incentive, and that was the 25 copy incentive for issue 21. And then here is your Firefly. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. Need to power through this one though. So Lumberjanes cover B doesn't show an incentive for it, so you can probably just ask your shots for that one. 10/14 will be Lumberjanes 74, which I think did just get picked up and announced. Had some movie announcements for it. Mega Man, which is going to be in shops on 10/28. We got fully charged 1/25 copy incentive variant. And, you know, I'm just going to break out the emulator and play some Mega Man 2 when next I have an opportunity to do so. And then we got a 25 copy for issue number 4, which they've already shown the artwork for. So I believe that is that your Dr. Light, or is that your Dr. Wily? Looks more like Dr. Light to me. All right, so fully charged number 4, that is your incentives. And then, all right, so we got Mighty Morphin. Everybody's rebooting. And so, yeah, you got a 10 copy incentive, and this is going to be in shops on November 4th, so FOC is probably coming soon. So 100 copy Lee variant. So you got a Green Ranger and a White Ranger at the same time, and I just wanted to point that one out because somebody said there was a new Green Ranger, and 2 new series, 2 new teams. So yeah, they're rebooting again, and like they always do. So Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 55 is continuing to kick off with these covers here, the little trading card, pretty cool. And that whole storyline with Dracon I thought was good stuff, and I'm not going to go through all these because there's just so many of them. But yeah, once you get to over here, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, here she is again. You want to talk about Momoko? Pick this one up if you like it, because this one right here is probably going to be a big seller. But I'm not reading Power Rangers myself, so but Boom is definitely killing it. So I think the other Power Ranger series is ending, and then these are the 2 new ones. But I know they got that mini series, but they got a 250 copy Momoko as well. That you're probably going to look out for. They got looks like a 100 copy. Man, this is just nuts. So the 1 in 25, probably going to be plentiful amount of those. But a 50 is probably going to be a or something like that. And then they got a 500 copy incentive. So you got you hardcore Power Rangers collectors, of course, they're targeting you after this one. So let's see what else. What else we got art for? All right, I can't front Pink Ranger with the powers of Lord Draken. Man, all right. So we got incentive variants out for 7 Secrets. I'm not reading this one either, but I know that this one's got a pretty good following. So check that one out. That is your 25 copy incentive. That's in stores tomorrow. So hopefully some of you guys can nab some of these as like, you know, on the shelf. There's also 7 Secrets number 4 has got a 25 copy incentive also coming. You can probably put in an order for it. And there is a Jenny Frisian variant for 7 Secrets. It looks like an open order one, but this is one that we're going to look at just because it's Jenny Frisian. So check it out. Probably want to order it. Something is killing the children. Everybody's talking about. I know. I'm not buying any of them. I'm not getting any of them. But you know, 25 copy Momoko coming up. I mean, yeah, this is sick stuff. So that one's gonna be in shops in a little over a month. So you probably have some time to order that one. Let's see here. See anything else that's jumping out of me? The Unkindness of Ravens. So I mean, Boom's supposedly got a lot of these good properties, but I'm not really into a whole bunch of them. But moving on, let's get through Dark Horse real quick. So we got Alien. Which is cool, right? Especially if it's like a queen shark alien, man. That's weird. November 4th, that'll be in stores. That's your B cover. So that is not an incentive. So we got Bang number 5 by Matt Kint. Just a B cover. B cover, B cover, B cover. Colonel Weird. All right, Conan the Cimmerian. No art. Also, no date. That's weird. All right, so Hellboy and the VPRD, got no incentives there. Skulldigger, no incentives. No incentives for a lot of these. All right, so cover B, cover C. Breeze through these. I know I want to get to the Marvel because that's where really it's at. And unfortunately, I don't have any of the DC stuff listed here. So Betty Page, and I don't know if you guys know this, but Betty Page has 1,000,001 variants like every issue because of course this is Dynamite. So look, have you guys ever seen me do like a slideshow? I will never do Dynamite because look at this, all that Betty Page, and then Boys Dear Becky. Okay, I'll highlight those so you guys can see a little bit of those because some of those are artistically pretty cool. Death to Army of Darkness. You know, all right, Bruce Campbell. Deja Thoris, again, is all TNA, and it sells every month, and he's got 1,000,001 Deja Thoris covers. Dynamite. Now, let me just actually point this out real quick, because Dynamite is going to be this new thing that they're doing, where it's kind of like, and of course, let me just show you, because it's got a Momoko cover. It's kind of like zombies for the Dynamite character. So Red Sonja with zombies. Are you guys ready? Because it may be a hit, it may be a miss, maybe a hit, maybe a miss. And that's exactly right. Yeah, she is very hit or miss, but I don't know if you're talking about this one, but it applies. And I forgot I have a water. Okay. So we have gone through all of these variants. Let's see what else we got here. So we got more Momoko, and here's the color version of that Momoko. So they're going to give you a sketch variant as an incentive. It's not bad. I mean, again, I was mocking Momoko for that Saturine drawing, thinking it was it was White Queen. And I was just mocking her really bad for that one. Now I feel really bad about it. But yeah, so that's your Dynamite Zombies crossover. There's going to be 1,000,001 variants for that one. Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. Of course, if you're reading any of this stuff, you're not coming to me for this variant information, because you are hardcore if you're reading any of these. And Mars Attacks still going on. Wait. There it is. So yeah, it's a Star Wars. It's a Star Wars homage, everybody. And being that it's a Star Wars homage, it'll probably pop up on people's radar. So you saw it here. And this one is going to be in shops October 21st. And this is Mars Attacks Red Sonja #3, the limited version cover. All right. You're watching Late Night Raw, where I accidentally hit the button and escaped the scene. I'm going to stop doing that shit. So hang on a second here. At least I'm still here. And I just checked YouTube. I'm still there too. Okay, cool. All right, let's get back at this. Hit the back arrow on the wrong one. All right, so we've got Nancy Drew. Not looking at that. Sacred Six. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to get into this. All right, let's skip on. I'm skipping all this stuff. Skipping it all. All right, so IDW doing some Batman and the Mask is pretty much the only way you're going to see anything DC on this show. Sam Keith doing Batman and the Mask. I guess it's appropriate for him to be doing his own book. We got Dungeons and Dragons, 10 copy incentive. That's your retail incentive cover A. And then let's see what retail incentive cover B. All right, so D&D fans, I don't know. These variants on your radar, maybe they should be if it's in shops November 4th. All right, so I talked about earlier this one being on FOC for sure. You're going to want to be on your radar if you're a G.I. Joe fan. Let's see here. And then coming in shops on 10/28 and try to get your name down for it is this one right here. So they're revamping G.I. Joe. I know it's a reimage again, and they're redoing it over. But G.I. Joe Real American Hero, this is your 1 in 10 incentive variant that'll be in stores on November 4th, and it is a Snake Eyes variant. So you're going to want to get you some of that. I'll leave this one up on the screen for a minute. All right. So, for my Snake Eyes peoples, it's probably going to be an incentive variant you're going to want to get besides those second prints. And G.I. Joe really doesn't do a second print all that often, according to Brian McClay. Now, also in shops on 11/4 and no art shown is a 1 in 25 incentive. And they don't do 1 in 25 incentives really all that often, unless it's a big book, but because, of course, it's issue number 275. Probably the reason why they're doing that. And then here is your incentive variant for G.I. Joe Real American Hero number 276. Yeah, 276. And if that's Beachhead, it's a Beachhead variant. So the thing about Transformers and G.I. Joe is, for the average, more casual viewer, you guys can't tell them apart. But for us hardcores, we know the difference between people, and it could be like a color variant between the two. And that would be the only reason. This one, again, was the Goosebumps I was talking about. That one is going to be on FOC in 2 weeks probably, because this one right here is on the FOC list for today, for tomorrow. So Goosebumps in shops November 4th with that Goosebumps. Now, Marvel Action. Oh, wait. Skipped over to Lock and Key. This new Lock and Key run. So the 1 in 10 appears to be just a sketch variant of cover A. I don't know if that's worth picking up unless you're a completionist. I picked up all the Transformers that were like that because, of course, I'm a completionist. But Marvel Action Hour, Avengers number 12. So, you know, with the passing of, you know, Patrick Boseman, or Chadwick Boseman, I'm sorry, this right here is kind of like them at the end of Avengers number 1, what would have been like if he had been in the Avengers. So, I don't know. I think it's kind of sick. I like the cover. And because it's an incentive variant, it's probably going to be a little bit tougher to get. But right now, that one is not going to be in stores until 11/25, so we have plenty of time to order that one. Now, issue number 10 shows a 10-copy incentive right here. And I don't know what's going on in this one, but Squirrel Girl in it. That's crazy. Squirrel Girl's nuts, yo. You ordered that one. I don't know which one you ordered so far ago, but I hope you do get what you want. I hope it is getting released. What's my thought on store variants? I never buy them unless I like the art. And if I buy them and I like the art and they become a hit, great. But I think too many people are going to be left holding bags because, let's just be honest, the incentive variant or the ratio variant or the whatever variant that's released through your LCS on release day tends to outlive almost all those store variants unless it's a fire cover. So, but oh, G.I. Joe 274 1 in 10. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm glad too because as an IDW collector, I can vouch. 1 in 10s through IDW, you know, are sometimes hard to come by. But the Marvel Action Avengers number 12, the fact that they're all the way up to issue number 12 and have a 10 copy being listed, and they only have issues number 2 right here. All these incentive variants are issues number 2. Then we got Marvel Action Chillers, which they don't show the covers to, but Doctor Strange and Ironheart teaming up together. You heard that right. Doctor Strange and Ironheart. So you're probably going to be wanting to be looking at that one, guys, as art becomes available. I will, of course, try to keep you guys up to date on the Raw Report. So that brings me to another reminder. Like and subscribe to this channel. And when I go live, I'll remind you guys about these things becoming available so you can get your orders in. Now, everybody's asking me, yo, man, are you on this Transformers My Little Pony stuff or this My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? Nah, I am not up on any of this stuff. No. And then this one right here, I'm just still waiting for Transformers 84 number 4 to get released. I mean, so this one right here, Insecticons, okay. You know, if that's your thing. I know that there's a lot of people who love that stuff and they're buying it, but they always ask me just because I'm a huge Transformers fan. Nope, not getting it. Narcos, I didn't even know they had an adaptation of the TV show. But here is your issue number 4, your retail incentive variant, which is likely a 1 in 10. And it is. Rom and the Dire Rates, no art there, no art there. Scaranthood, as apparent. Nick Roche. Okay, so Nick Roche, I got to give him props because he is a Transformers artist who has actually one of the rarest Transformers variants is done by him. It's the Ultra Magnus helmet variant for More Than Meets the Eye, issue number 19, 1 in 25. So shout out to Nick Roche on that one. Fire. And then there's no art for that one. Sea of Sorrows. Can't lie, color's pretty sick looking there. What does it say about this one? Deep sea adventure with a horrific twist. So if that's what you're into, you'll want to probably be on the lookout for that one. And then there's a 1 in 25 incentive for this book too. Scaranthood, issue number 2. 125. What the hell's going on my screen here? Did it jump me around? Yeah, it did. Yes, it did. Oh no. Sea of Sorrows has Scaranthood's variant. That is hilarious. So that's Diamond for you. Y'all see it first. No art. Alright, Sleeping Beauties, 4 of 10. We got cover art for cover B. Snake Eyes, 10 copy, nothing there yet. Sonic the Hedgehog, nothing there yet. So, all right, we got to hit issue 34, 10 copy. This one's going to be in shops November 4th, so final order cutoff's probably going to be tomorrow. All right, Sonic the Hedgehog, the bad guys. What's this one? 10 copy, 11.4. Cool. We gotta break out the Genesis emulator. All right, so we got a bunch of Star Wars books. There's some Star Trek Year 5. Yeah. Doria. And you guys can also go to previewsworld.com/new printings and see all of these books yourselves. I know you guys like that, being able to like look at some of these things and see where they're coming out. Because I know a lot of these things, they're not showing a lot of art. But so this one right here, all right, Jenica wearing this trench coat. And actually, when East Meets West went on earlier, I said, why does Jenica look like she is the last Ronin? Why is she last Ronin in it? And is that an Eastman? Yeah, it's an Eastman variant. So Eastman did a cover for her, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, so TMNT ongoing, got those, of course. Transformers number 24, 10 copy. This series is not one I'm reading, and I may regret that later on because it's supposedly pretty decent in some spots. But here's my jam. Guess what? Still no art. And then Transformers Galaxies right here is the 1 in 10 incentive Ultra Magnus variant. And apparently Transformers Galaxies is coming to an end at issue 12. Usagi Yojimbo, which this one right here will be in shops soon. Yo, that one's sick. Fire, shout out to Mel, in shops November 25th. Wow, they pushed back on that one. Voyage to the Stars, don't know what this is, but let's highlight it. Let me just check the chat, make sure everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's good. Thank you all for joining me here. Again, I'm running out of steam, as you can probably tell, but let's get down to that fire. I want to get down to that Marvel. There's the image stuff. I'm going to skip the image for now. I may do another video on the image stuff from The Walking Dead. Nobody needs to see that stuff. But here's what we need to see. So in stores this week, if you want any of these, there's a 50 copy Adams variant for Amazing Spider-Man number 50. There's just so many variants for it because actual 850 was the last issue. And you got your Timeless variant. Okay. So let's get into these FOCs because some of these are, here we go. So we got a headshot, no art. We got the Spider-Man, the Native American homage variants that are coming out. So there's going to be a bunch of those. Let's see. Black Panther is going to be on the Avengers Timeless variant, which I think is pretty cool. Then we also got the Phoenix variant, and then I'm after the regular cover on this one, but there's your Black Panther variant. So all these for Avengers, and then Cable number 5. That's going to be in shops this week. This is your Extra Swords variant. And then we don't have any artwork for this one yet. In shops this week. So you guys remember this? So this was that Black Widow that they snuck in that Fortnite variant, and apparently that's not the Fortnite character. I don't think that's apparently a Black Widow in the Fortnite universe. That's the reason why they reused the art twice. But if that is the case, this is that artwork from that first variant. They colorized it and went back in and did it. Let's see what else we got. Oh, commercials. Well, nobody wants to read commercials, so let's get through with that. So Champions number 2. We got this. I like this Captain Marvel one. All right, it's just Daughterman variant. I don't know if there's anything going on in the issue, but if there is, be on the lookout for this one. And that one's going to be in shops, so you have to go to your shops and actually find out if it's a open order variant or not. There's also this one. And Granov, I mean, this one does look kind of like Infinity Countdown number 1. So, and there was a store variant on that one. But I'm just going to stick to the ones that I know that are coming up this week, since there's so many on this list. There's not a whole lot going on for 1014. We got Hellions with a Phoenix, Jean Grey Thomas variant. I think that's pretty cool. But the one that I'm after is this one. So that'll be on your shelves Wednesday. You might want to ask your stores if they can pull it for you this week. And then no art for that one yet. Immortal Hulk. There's a spoiler variant for this week. So that's for issue number 38. And then there's this one. The Living Hulk, which is weird, isn't it? So that's your monsters variant. And then let's see here. Anything else? Oh, zombies! Resurrection, which I'm gonna be a zombie if I don't get to sleep here soon. Because it's I can't believe no way I've been doing this thing for an hour and 35 minutes. This is crazy. Phoenix variants are dope, man. They are dope. There's some older Phoenix variants too that are kind of tight, like that Thanos 14. So Marvel Zombies, obviously, there's going to be some Marvel Zombies back in there with Wolverine. If you're into that, all more power to you. All right, so here we go. New Mutants. They got the Alex Ross with his Liquid Chrome, but the one that I'm after this week, Momoko. I hate to say it's going to be the first Momoko book I'm buying because I didn't buy the Fallen Angels #2 like I should have. I wanted that variant. I was going to go after all the Fallen Angels variants, but I missed one, so I decided not to go after any more of them. Rise of Ultraman, I believe this one is on FOC, so you're going to want to talk to your shop if you want this. All right, so we're looking for 11 4s and 11 and 10 14s. Just make sure. So Christopher action figure variant. So this one's going to be on FOC, man. You're going to want to get on this one, and this one's a Lando. So you guys know I'm trying to put together a set of those. So yep, I'll be after that one. And then it looks like there's a golden variant, and then the Empire Strikes Back variant, which has the Luke helmet head from the movie. So kind of cool. So this one right here, Star Wars action figure or bounty hunters, looks like I gotta be getting this one in 2 weeks because I'm not missing that one. Probably got missed by a lot of people, but so yeah, Star Wars bounty hunters #6 got an action figure variant. So for my completionists, please do not forget to get that one. Hate to turn that one into another Kylo Ren that I missed when the shop didn't pull it for me. I was like, yo, did you get me an action figure variant? Oh, man, no, we didn't. It sucks when that happens, right? So let's see here. 11 4. So we got a bunch of 11 4s here. All right, so we got Thor #9 Hildebrand variant. And I'm not going through all these Thor variants. There's going to be a shit ton of them. I'm ending the music in the background because they keep on putting on commercials, and I ain't about that commercial life. So Thor, again, #9, has a whole bunch of variants. That's the Hildebrand variant. I believe that's going to be your incentive variant. You got your like we were just talking about in the chat. Some of the Phoenix variants are going to be fire. I think this one's going to be good too, especially if ever in a million years does the Valkyrie Jane Foster ever get the Phoenix Force. Because that would be something, that would be some shiz, right? If that happened. Wow, I don't know what's going on here, but that is some Nick Klein, man. What's up with your variant, man? It's some bloody stuff, right? Crazy. It's a crazy looking cover. Yeah, and I believe so. Gomez, absolutely, man. I second that all day right now. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I'm kind of like that guy who doesn't have a whole lot of dough and likes to hunt when I do, and if I find it when I do, it's awesome. And he says it's cranberry sauce, huh? Okay, we can go cranberry sauce and keeping up with the Thanksgiving theme. So ton of variants for that, and then of course you guys know they're pushing U.S. Agent because he's going to be on Falcon Winter Soldier. So I don't know if there's any good plays here, but it's going to be probably one of those things. If they don't order a whole bunch of them, any of the high incentives are probably going to be up there. I don't know what these variants look like. That first one was dope. This one kind of not. Let's see what the last one looks like. Maybe. That's a maybe. Got a maybe from me at least. So then, of course, we got the Fortnite variants that are coming up in a couple of weeks for Venom number 29. I'm not getting any of these. I'm not getting the sketch. I will get the Stegman variant because it's open order. And anytime the Stegman variants are open order and cover price, I'm nabbing that because the artwork is better than the cover. The cover A in most cases. All right, now out this week, for my hardcore RPGers who are looking at that Dungeons and Dragons and being like, man, I need something with a little bit more oomph behind it. I'm telling you right now, Warhammer 40K is basically Space Marines with guns, lots of shit blowing up. That's probably going to be your forte. If Dungeons and Dragons and casting spells isn't your thing, but if my memory serves correct, I think that there is a little bit of that spell cast and stuff going on in here too. So might want to get used to that. Oh crap, what did I do there? What did I do? See, I'm getting sloppy. I'm getting sloppy in this late night, but I'm getting that screen back up. Give me a second here. Right, share that screen, share that screen. All right, we're back in it. Warhammer got a couple of those variants, of course, and some of the color ones probably look really good. Yeah. So, Space Marines, big weapons, big armor. Werewolf by Night, I'm not going through that. Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood. So, this is how they're saving on ink and charging you full price. Because they only need to use black, white, and red to sell a book. And boy, are they getting it. And you know what? Yeah, Gomez, for sure. That Stegman variant is always hitting more than the regular one. That's why I'd be on it. So, all right. So we're getting into some of these now. So Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood. There's a couple of those variants. Let's see here. No, we don't need to full screen it. Okay, this one cutting through the pages is kind of cool. Kind of cool. I'll give them that one. That's why I full screened it for you. All right, so we're at the end here. We got some more of these Marvel variants and coming up, and these are Exosaurs. So I want to see if there's anything we got here. Okay. Definitely want to talk to your shop about reserving these because again, these were open order. They could probably still open order them, but I know a lot of places missed some of the earlier ones, which is the reason why the X-Force is selling for what it is. But you want to get yourself that X-Men number 13 for sure. This one was just shown, and this one was on FOC. This is a sick Cyclops cover. I can't lie. There hasn't been a good Cyclops variant in a while, and this is one showing full display of his power. So I'm on that one. And then look at this, looky, and I wanted to share this one with you guys, so you give your shops a heads up. It's an Exoswords tie-in, and it's a Peach Momoko variant. Yeah, that's a pretty big theme that seems to be going down everywhere, that Peach Momoko is everywhere, and Peach Momoko is fucking everywhere. So, on that note, I'm going to say that it has been a pleasure to share the previews list and some FOC stuff with you guys. I know that you have a choice on the internet with a bunch of people who are doing these things, and you're like, you know what, Maximus went live. Watch to see what this guy's got going on. So I appreciate you guys coming to check me out, and I'm going to play something after the stupid commercial goes through. And mute her, skip her ads. Let's see what this is. So this is my White Bat audio outro, everybody. 17 live listeners. I'll hang out for a minute, see if there's anything you guys want to talk about in the chat. I'm gonna put up my pick on the screen here. Get back to the screen here. So I mean, really, on the second print side, you guys know there was only like this one book. That's it. So I'll hang out and chat. See if you guys got anything for me. Hey man, I appreciate you coming and checking this stuff out. You know, I want to remind everybody, of course, to get over to Mighty Mel V and get subscribing to that channel because that's really where it's at. Mighty Mel V without the subscriber, I'm gonna give away that drunken bot, and then Mighty Mel V do something crazy and give away a 5. You never know. But chat isn't really all that lit as far as questions are going to go, so just want to thank you guys again for coming through and checking me out. Doing my thing late night. I got my wife and kids sleeping, so I'm hoping I'm not waking them up doing anything crazy. But this has been the inaugural episode of Late Night Raw. I want to thank you guys for coming and joining me on Late Night Raw, Variant Edition, because I don't know, I might do more of these. And if I am able to do more, you know, it's going to be because of you guys, of course, liking and subscribing. And thanks for watching, really. Please, if you can, don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for more notifications. Because the notifications you're going to want to see, I do these Prime pickups. I think it's a pretty cool thing when I do them. Maximus mail calls when, of course, I get anything through the mail. And, of course, the Warrior Wednesday Raw report is probably one of the better ones because, of course, you guys get to see me basically in the trenches, in the shops, seeing what's going on. And, of course, my favorite baby, my war child here is the Speculation Matrix, where I feed chum the waters for you sharks. You're going to want to catch that on Drunken Chat. And that will be, of course, this coming Saturday morning, 12:30 a.m., 9:30 p.m. Friday night. It's going to be a variant edition. You know how I do. And, of course, yeah, you know, check out my eBay page. And if you guys really like any of the books I got for sale, I do like 5% off to sell off of eBay. There's still give you all the protections, you know, buyer protection, seller protection, goods and services. So I still, you know, eat on the other side for you know, my charges and stuff. But I want everybody to be rest assured to do business with me is a safe and honorable thing. And of course, you can find that same profile on. You can message me on Facebook. You can find me on IG. You can message me on Twitter. So thank you again for everybody. I see a lot of listeners diving out. You guys dropping off. Yo, you found out that today? Well, man, good. You know, all good, man. And hell yeah, Azores, you know what's going on. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really do appreciate you. And check me out next time, and I'll check you out too. Later.